Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to I Know You Don't Want to See My Chest episode. This is our life. Huh. So, this is another Devereux video, and there's a reason. I don't think I fell through the cracks. I don't think all those other people fell through the cracks. I believe, look, it's a money-making scheme, okay? I mean, that's all it was. That's all it is. It's a money-making scheme. Um, they hire the lowest denominator to work in those places. And they don't really care about the kids. There's one particular group of people that is drawn to such work, and those are pedophiles. And believe me, they existed within the staff. Um, Another group of people that is drawn to that are child abusers that are not sexual abusers. No, it's not like the staff were unaware of sexual abuse. They just tried to pretend it wasn't happening, yet how many people eventually killed themselves because of that? Um, how many people had, and I was one of the people that had intense, I mean, major problems because of that. But all I can say to those who are going through difficulties, PTSD is what it is, related to sexual abuse is hang on, man. Hang on. Eventually you're going to find some peace and you're going to come through this. I'm not saying it's easy, but you can do it. I mean, a lot of the people that work in those places, they couldn't even get a job at McDonald's. That's pretty freaking bad. Um, I mean, I just don't have anything good to say about that institution. I had one teacher in the 3+ years I was in Devereux. One teacher that was good. And years, decades later, I called her and I thanked her. And I hope she appreciated it. I was able to find her and I called her. And anyway, there was one other staff member. He worked there for maybe a week or two. And they drove him out. The other staff drove him out. And, well, then,
But he wasn't trashy enough for him.
yeah, he wasn't trying. He was there to actually help us, do his job. He wasn't there just to hang out in the nursing station with the other staff, and he was there to talk to us, be there for us. And then there was Mr. Thibodeau. He was a good guy as well. The only reason he survived was because he didn't hang out with the other staff. He was a PE teacher, and he was a good guy. So that's 3 people out of how many staff over 3+ years? Huh? Come on, people. I'm surprised people will go through that experience and not realize there was abuse going on. I don't know how they could do that. But anyway, for the 2 people that have posted on that one video, I was in Woodlands Division. The campus was divided in half, and I was in Woodlands Division. First, I was in Barclay Hall, later I was in Parkdale Lodge, and initially I went to um, I think they called it Barclay School, and later I went to the school on the other side of campus. I had Mrs. Rabinowitz for math. She was a good teacher. A lot of the kids didn't like her, but I did because one, she wouldn't take anything off anyone, and two, and maybe more importantly, she expected us to learn. You know, she wasn't abusive or mean or anything like that. And the lady they had come in and replace her, oh my gosh, she was this sort of tall, fat. She had the strangest looking makeup job on her, and she had a Three Stooges kind of haircut. And she said once, you know, I mean, because, you know, a lot of the teachers, they weren't there to teach. They were there just to warehouse us, just to keep us busy. And this teacher, she's like, what are necessities in life? Let's discuss necessities in life. A hair dryer is a necessity in life, she said. A hair dryer.
Oh God. Kind of screwed up, I think.
Yeah, food, water, shelter. Yeah, it's like here's our
John Cat.
there's John Cat. Hey John. Oh,
Oh
it's
boy.
he's running around. It's
He's
his time.
excited.
Yeah. So.
Hey, I'm a young kitty. I'm full of energy.
Mhm. So let me say this. If any of the staff from Devereux wants to start shit with me, I guess you can't really see what's up there, but there's a 22. That's my wife's rifle. There's an AR-15. There's a Mosin Nagant. There are a couple of things in the kitchen, and
They weren't doing their job like they should have been doing.
right, and there's a couple of things in the bedroom. So don't come up and try to screw with me, because you ain't gonna get away with it. I mean, look, I consider 99.9% of the staff to be losers. You know, there was this one guy who was a former cop. Threadgill was his name. Of course, we were supposed to call the staff Mister, but his last name was Threadgill, and he had been a former cop or sheriff's deputy. And somebody was growing a plant outside of Parkdale Lodge. He pulled it up, threw it into the trunk of his car, and took it home. He was also in the National Guard. There was Bernard Green, Pegleg Green. Now there was another staff, if you want to call him a staff. He was a teacher. If I can remember his name, he was a really nice guy. He was a good guy. He was a welding teacher, uh, Mr. Doig, Mr. Doig, and I really liked him. He was a good guy. What is that? Three or four people? Come on now, three or four people. And then there was Wesley Tibbet. And I mean, I had known Wes for ages. And we were friends back home. And he gets sent to Devereux. He's there a week, and they kick him out. Wes eventually committed suicide. But he was a good guy. I wish he wouldn't have done that. Anyway, I don't know. I mean, I just don't have anything good to say about that institution. Frankly, you know, when I was in Edgemead, life was actually better than it was at home. When I was in Devereux, life was worse than it was at home. That's saying a lot. I think if my wife would have been in Devereux, she might say the same thing. But anyway, Yeah, staff in Devereux, even if you want to apologize to me, don't bother. I won't accept it. You should have known better. You were adults. Come and mess with me or my wife. Those things up there,